Hello, this is Molly Brewer. I am just giving you a short overview of my place-based lesson plan. I am on Fort Riley right now, and my lesson plan just takes place around this school building and could be done in any school. My standards for social studies are about school and earning. The lesson I am writing has to do about jobs throughout the school building. We will also be writing a letter in this lesson, and that standard is about being collaborative in the discussions and editing and revising as needed. My essential questions are: how many jobs can you list that people have around the school? What would happen if only the teacher showed up at school one day? And what can we do to help around the school? My lesson objective is students will be able to locate and appreciate jobs done around the school. For this lesson, you will not need a lot of materials, just paper and pencils, which are always in a classroom. A whiteboard and clipboards would be helpful while touring the school. Some adaptations and modifications I would use would be guided notes or splitting the class in half or in third if there are extra adults that can help to help students not feel so stressed out. The students will be using Think, Pair, Share, interview, and discussion strategies throughout the lesson. They'll be able to watch individuals doing their job, listen and ask questions to those individuals, write down notes on paper, and then write a letter. Before doing this lesson, the teacher will have several preparations to do. First, the teacher will need to talk to individuals around the school and ask them if they would be willing to talk to the class and what times would work for them to talk to the class. Students will also need to know how to be a champ in the hallway, the champ system that many places use, so I would be sure to champ it out for them. Guided notes would need to be made up for students that need that extra help. If there are extra adults, be sure to split the class up into groups and let the other teachers know beforehand what the plan is for the lesson, what they need to be asking the other teachers or other people that work in the school. Students also should already know how to write letters prior to going into this lesson. To activate prior knowledge, the first thing the teacher will do is set a timer and have the students work in partnerships to list as many jobs around the school that they can think of. Some of the answers could be principal, vice principal, librarian, cook, maintenance, janitor, counselor, technology, secretary. The teacher will then write some of the answers out on the whiteboard using a T-chart with the columns labeled jobs around the school, what they do, to put like a principal and what the job is that the person does. Then the class will take turns filling in as many of the jobs and requirements as they can. The main gist of the middle part of my lesson is to have the students actually talk to the people who work around. There are lists that I've included of possible people that they can talk to. While talking, they'll want to discuss what their official job title is to take notes on and what they have to do, what jobs that they like or don't like, anything that can get the students thinking about what jobs have to be done around the school. Finally, this teacher is going to ask the students after they get back to the classroom what would happen if only the teachers and students showed up at the school and none of the other workers came. Some of these possible answers could be there wouldn't be food to eat for lunchtime, the rooms would be dirty, they wouldn't be able to go to the library. It would just get them thinking about how everyone pitches in to help make school what it is. Then the teacher will do a quick review of what goes into a thank you letter by Think, Pair, Share time. And then the teacher will have the students go back to their desks and write a thank you letter to one of the people on the boards that they talked to. For the letter, the students need to make sure they have all the parts in a letter. The grammar needs to be correct, and they need to say thank you to specifically 2 to 3 specific jobs that individual does. Then the students will switch papers with the peer and revise them. Then the student will be able to write the letter finally into a card and decorate it. When everyone is finished, the students will turn in their letters and the teacher will hand them out to everyone. Here is a rubric stating exactly what I will grade my students on, that I will give to them to let them know what to work on. I've learned a lot by creating this lesson. One of the things I've learned is that it is pretty easy to connect social studies to the students in the classroom. Just getting them up and moving helps keep them engaged and makes the lesson real to them. This lesson can really take place in any school. It's important that the students just understand what jobs go into the school, and you can do this lesson without actually taking them out and seeing other jobs and seeing the people, but I feel like it would at least be important to bring other people into the classroom so that they can actually get real world advice and interaction with the different jobs. I've learned a lot about the social studies standards and how we can actually relate to students in this lesson, and how easy it is to actually get the students out and moving, and what activities you can do to help make the lesson engaging for students and relevant.